Hello everyone. Today we are going to have another lesson for peace education. And we have now lesson number 4. The title of our lesson for today is Being Grateful for Kindness and Grace. And to begin with this one, please listen to this story about a little girl in an underprivileged environment. She was so poor that she almost starved to death, but thankfully, her neighbors found her right before. On top of this, World War II broke out, so she spent her childhood in hunger. At that time, one of the relief organizations delivered relief goods to her, in which the organization was UNICEF. She was able to endure the period of starvation by eating bread handed out as a relief goods. She grew up to become an actress in the US and played the role of main actress in Roman Holiday, directed by William Wyler. Through the movie, she received an Academy Award for Best Actress and became a global known celebrity. And you know who we are talking about here? So we are talking about Audrey Hepburn. And to know more about the story of this woman, let us watch this short video about her.
I have learned how to live, how to be in the world and of the world. And I will never, never again run away from life. Or from love either.
I can personally do very little, but I can contribute to a whole chain of events, which is UNICEF for the good of children. And that's a marvelous feeling. It's like a bonus to me. What could be nicer?
For the last 5 years of her life, UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Audrey Hepburn worked tirelessly with one goal in mind. Traveling to more than 20 countries, she raised awareness about the plight of children who struggle every day to survive and grow.
There cannot be enough witnesses. If I can be one more and speak up for one child, it's worthwhile.
She reported what she saw to world leaders, governments, and the media, lending a passionate and singular voice to the fight to save children's lives. By the time she passed away in 1993, Audrey Hepburn had reached into the hearts and minds of people all over the world, giving them an understanding of and instilling in them a commitment to support UNICEF's life-saving work.
UNICEF means the survival, development, and protection of children all over the world.
By becoming a member of the Audrey Hepburn Society, you will help save and improve the lives of countless children in over 150 countries. Members of the Audrey Hepburn Society are the U.S. Fund for UNICEF's most invested individual supporters, each giving $10,000 or more in a fiscal year. As a member of the Audrey Hepburn Society, you will hear first-hand accounts from UNICEF staff members on the ground about how your gifts make a difference. And you could have the opportunity to witness UNICEF's life-saving work in the field. Every day, 19,000 children die from preventable causes. You can help us reach the day when that number is no longer 19,000, it is 0. Join the Audrey Hepburn Society and help give children what they need to live and grow.
Hello, I'm Sean Hepburn Ferrer. On behalf of my brother Luca and myself, welcome to the Audrey Hepburn Society. Our mother, Audrey Hepburn, would be thrilled to know that so many people are committed to helping UNICEF ensure the survival and development of every child. As she showed the world, each of us can be a voice for the voiceless. We can all contribute to the chain of events that will enable us to reach the day when no child dies of a preventable cause. I hope that you will join the Audrey Hepburn Society and help continue the work that was so dear to our mother's heart. Thank you for all you'll do for the children.
There you have it. So the woman that we are talking about is, after retiring, she served as an ambassador of UNICEF also, the organization that helped her throughout the childhood. So imagine that. So this woman is actually giving also a helping hand to those little children that are like experiencing the same life she had when she was a child. And in particular, even when she was being treated for cancer, she visited the country of Somalia to help the children there and receive praise from all over the world. She has this saying that very popular. She said, as you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and the other for helping others. So Audrey Hepburn, who remembered the kindness she had received when she was younger, lived a life full of gratitude and volunteer work. Still today, she is remembered in our hearts. So this woman, as you can see, she has this popular saying that, again, I will repeat, as you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and the other for helping others. That is the essence of why we are discussing this lesson, which is again entitled Being Grateful for Kindness and Grace. Let's continue. So this lesson has also same three explorations. So we'll have first exploration number 1. So in this exploration, we'll call it acknowledging kindness is the first step to gratitude. Now, how would you acknowledge kindness? So definitely we are so blessed as human being. Why? Because we have everything. As you can see in the picture, we have all the things that we need. It was created by God long time ago. We have the sun that we need for living. We have the water. We have the air that we breathe. And after receiving all this blessing coming from God, we have our family. We have our parents. We have our mothers. We have our siblings. And in a society, we have our teachers. We have the policemen. We have the traffic enforcers. We have the garbage collectors. All of these people collectively are all blessing, and we need to be grateful of having them in our lives. Do we have? Do you have plenty of things to be grateful for? Definitely we have. We just need to recognize them. Now, number 2, or point number 2, these are the things that prevent us from being grateful despite receiving all these blessings. Why people, or why we are what? Still ungrateful. Bakit tayo hindi nagpapasalamat despite of these things that we are receiving? Definitely the reason for that is this one: negativity bias. So what is negativity bias? To understand more about this, definitely when we talk about negativity bias, there's a study actually, okay, that explain about this thing. Okay, so despite we receive much from nature, our parents and society, yes, why it is that we still ungrateful and not realize that we are given and are often not grateful for them? What prevents us from being grateful? So again, this is the first one: negativity bias. So our brain actually responds to negative stimulus more than the positive. So we remember negative things longer than the positive ones and focus more on negative things than the opposite. So one psychology release results that to offset one negative event in our life, we need 4 positive events. So this demonstrates how negative stimulus has a huge influence over us. So such negativity makes us focus on what we lack and take for granted the kindness and grace given to us. So do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. So remember that What you have was once among the things you only hope for. Did you get my point? So it means we need to be grateful because we received the things that we are hoping for before. But by why is it we are already having this one, we are receiving these things already, but we are still ungrateful? So we will answer that through point number 2, mindset that takes things for granted. Okay, so we'll have this one. So is love from my parents and the care I receive um, something I naturally deserve? So for babies born on war sites, they lose their lives. They lose their parents even before they are loved and cared for by them. Is it natural that I go to school and have teachers to teach me? Many places in different corners of the world still remain where there are nowhere near enough schools or teachers. So the number of refugees across the globe amount to 71 million, and they have yet to receive any proper education. We often take things given to us for granted. However, the moment we do that, we lose a sense of gratefulness. We should never forget that things I take for granted can be conditions that others have longed and would be very thankful for. Can you imagine that? How many children are longing for parents, longing for mothers, longing for fathers, but no one cared for them because their parents died in wars. But look at us. We have our parents, we have our mothers, we have our fathers. Is it enough? It's enough actually to be grateful. But why we are still ungrateful? These poor children longing for food. They are just longing for at least a food, I mean a meal for a day. But look at us. We are receiving 3 meals a day plus more. But are we grateful for that? Are we grateful in receiving all these things? Many people are longing for what we have right now. But we who receive already these things, why? We are still ungrateful. So this is because of number 2, mindset that takes things for granted. Okay, now let's proceed to number 3. And this number 3 is, yes, greed to have more. Greed to have more. We have already, but we are aiming for more. So in a Korean proverb, there's a saying that you can fill up an ocean. Yes, we can fill up an ocean, but not a person's greed. So greed is an excessive desire to have more things than I need. To have more, although I have enough, is greed. So greed prevents us from what? Making the right decisions, and it is difficult for a sense of thankfulness to grow in such a heart. Okay, so it means that, yes, this one, greed, can actually prevent us from being grateful. And number 4 is lack of practice to be grateful. So we don't practice to be grateful. Expressing gratitude is not something natural. It is something that requires practice. We need to consciously seek the target to be thankful for and express it as a habit. So unless we practice it, our psychology will prioritize negative things. The mindset that take things for granted, and definitely that one, we are talking about greed. Okay, that is why um, we need this one. We need to understand this one to for us to learn how to be grateful. And now we'll have exploration number 2. But before we go there, so I'll add something. So number 3, being grateful, the personality of peace. Okay. So when you are thankful, this is like the root and the most fundamental factor in having a personality of peace. How? So to be thankful means I recognize what has been given to me. So what I enjoy now and the blessings that will come. So furthermore, it means to think that what I have now are not things I have acquired on my own, but something that is able to exist thanks to the help and efforts of others. You get my point? So a world of peace will be a place where people who express gratitude daily as a part of their lives. These are like people who are like giving thanks to each one. Being grateful is the sense of building the personality of peace and a world of peace. So there is a saying that there is nothing more beautiful than a thankful heart. So when we are thankful for someone, there will be no discord or animosity. So if we are like, you know, saying like a little thanks to each one, especially to the people around us for giving us even a little favor, so this will what this is the beginning of peace. Okay, this is a personality of peace. Now let's continue. So exploration number 2, how being grateful helps me. So how it will help us. So definitely there's a scientific explanation on how this being grateful help us and make us healthier. So that is point number 1. So being grateful makes us healthier, and it makes us healthy. So how is that possible? So let's have this one. So definitely, okay, so according to research results, those who express and practice gratitude experience fewer symptoms of illnesses and have better quality sleep compared to those who do not. So to have high quality sleep means that there is a positive impact on their mental health since they are able to manage stress better. Okay, so a research group from the University of Stirling in Scotland conducted psychology and health tests on 186 adults on May 2015, and the findings showed that those who view their environments in a more positive manner and are grateful for the life they are given have 1/3 lower chance of getting the heart disease. So the level of their immune systems proved to be 1.4 times higher. Okay, so how can a simple behavior of being grateful exhibit such an impact? So today, we are able to tell what happens with our brains when we are grateful, okay, to the development of, when we are grateful. So when cerebral blood flow for times of gratitude are compared to times when we have negative thoughts, so the flow was significantly stronger when we are grateful. So to have stronger flow means brain functions are enhanced. So also, when we are thankful, oxytocin, also dubbed the gratitude hormone or love potion. So we call it the gratitude, yes, hormone or the love potion. So this is oxytocin. Can you see that? This is a surprising complexities you didn't know about. Okay, so let's this one is really helping. And so this oxytocin is mitigates or can help us fight against the social fear and pain. And definitely this will help us, yes, alleviate stress. We can fight against stress if we are like thankful. It is also serve as antidepressant. So it helps people to be more generous and tolerant toward others. Okay? So we can control, we have controlled emotions. Even we are angry or we are angry of the situation, we can control it because we understand the events around us. We know why it is taking place, why people behave the way they do. Okay? In that manner, we will be what? We will be happier than when happier compared before, since we are what grateful now, we are giving thanks to people around us. So again, this is antidepressant. And as we can see, gratitude is connected to, yes, physiological functions such as increasing cerebral blood flow and hormone produce. Therefore, it is boosting our health. So this is good for our health rather. So next one is, aside from this point number one, we have point number two. So being grateful helps establishing harmonious relationship. Okay. So how we build harmonious relationships through this way. So it is not easy to be on good terms with members of the society where diverse people live together. So it's really hard. So not only with the physical appearance and personalities, but backgrounds and values of life really differ. So it is easy to have misunderstanding and biases. Because we have different cultures, we have different behaviors. So what prevents such conflicts from occurring is expressing gratitude. So when we express thanks or gratefulness to them. So by saying thank you, we can open the hearts of the people who we talk to. And they are able to have good impressions also. So when we exchange words of gratitude, we naturally establish bonds and familiarity to each one. So unless we explicitly express thankfulness, it cannot be delivered. Okay, so we need to actively express it. By doing so, by doing that one, we show support for each other and feel better together. So how we are going to expand? Okay, so we need to thank you others for, we need to acknowledge their efforts and sacrifices. So you need to list it down. Who are the people who are like giving efforts and sacrifices to us? We need to thank also for in times of difficulty. So who are the people who are there in times of difficulty? Okay, we need to thank them. And then we need to thank the people who are like giving, yes, same thing, effort to us. Even simple effort they're giving to us. So this expressing gratitude makes a person what? Happy, and that content feeling spreads. Okay, I will explain to you how it spreads. So without any physical contact, the happiness of a person spreads and it impacts others. How? So according to research also, if I am happy, the chance of my friend being happy increases by 15%, and the chance of my friend's friend becoming happier increases by 10%, and the chance of a friend of my friend's friend becoming happy rises by 6%. So a simple expression of thankfulness can start what? A chain effect where many people become what? Become happy, right? So this is being grateful helps establishing harmonious relationship. And the third one, being grateful changes our perspective and help us overcome obstacles. So I'm going to explain this, this person. I know you are familiar of Beethoven. So he is a musician, and how this gratefulness changed his perspective and overcome obstacles in his life. So do you know that Beethoven is known as a saint of music and started suffering from hearing loss by the time he was 32, and he could barely hear anything. So at that time, he was thinking of committing suicide after writing a will at a small town called, the town he is living in, Vienna, Austria. So however, he accepted reality and overcame it with gratitude, which led him to what? Make up his mind that he will continue his career as a musician. So since then, marks Beethoven's prime time as a musician. So he released actually Sonata 2, 7, 10, 13, 14, 22 in a series, and composed symphonies such as Heroic, Destiny, also Pastoral. So in particular, the Symphony Number 6 Pastoral's finale is a song of thanksgiving that a shepherd sings after a storm. So this is known to be a song written reflecting on the comfort found within the forest of the town where he is living. So hence, people sometimes refer to the symphony as a symphony of gratitude. So this one is composed by Beethoven. So despite having lost his hearing ability completely, yes, he really lost that hearing. You know, he continued to rely on his inspiration to compose songs and had left behind masterpieces that move the heart of many. So as we can see, gratitude becomes the engine of strength to overcome and control difficult situations. It is not that we need a situation where gratitude that we become thankful, but even in times of despair, like Beethoven, hindi niya tinignan yung what, the area of his life or the part of his life that is like depressing. He looked at the part or portion of his life that is beautiful, and he became so grateful of the things he is receiving despite losing what he's hearing. Okay, so he focused on what he can be thankful for. So in that way, yes, we can find that we can appreciate and overcome crisis in our, yes, in our life. So that's how the life with Beethoven, um, actually affecting us, or serves as inspiration also to many musicians, or even not musicians, to many people. And we are now on the last part of our lesson, exploration number 3, and this is entitled Applying and Practicing Gratitude. So here, how would you apply? How would you practice gratitude? Okay, so we need to expand what to thank for and target of gratitude. So what should we be grateful for? So we need to expand the target, means, okay, we can have actually like a journal, or a diary where we can write you know things that we need to be grateful. To practice gratitude, we should first look at what we are grateful for. Ano ba yung pwede kong pasalamatan? Saan ba ako pwedeng magpasalamat? So by searching for more to be grateful for, I will be able to find things as was unable to consider before. For example, we can actually ask ourselves, what can I be thankful for from my physical state and emotional state? So sino yung pwede kong pasalamatan because of my physical state and my emotional state? Sino din yung pasasalamatan ko with regards to school or work? Meron bang tao na pwede kong pasalamatan? And sino yung pwede kong pasalamatan sa nature na meron ako ngayon? Na even we are now in a pandemic, but we are still safe. Sino ba yung pwede kong pasalamatan? So what can I be thankful for from my past self, my present self, and my future self? Sino yung pwede kong pasalamatan? And sino din sa family, about friends? Bakit ko sila pasasalamatan? We need to expand. We need to we need to look for things na bakit ba tayo kailangan magpasalamat sa kanila? Okay? How about the teachers who are teaching us lessons, or guiding us in school? We need to expand it. So as we expand our gratitude, okay, let's write them down and think in detail on what to thank each person for by saying, thank you, blank, for blank. So we can actually write that. You try that. This practice of expanding gratitude widens our perspective and changes our mindset. Okay? Thus, we are able to express gratitude in more diverse methods. Okay? Next thing, since we already expand our, how we're going to thank other people, so we'll have point number 2, write down and remember grateful things, express and share gratitude. Okay? So we need to write down. So what are we going to write down? Definitely, okay, this one. So we will record our, record the things that we remember that we are so grateful about these things. Okay? So it is important to be thankful in our daily lives. We need to write them For example, for this day, saan ba ako nagpapasalamat sa araw na to? But if you do not write them down, we forget them. So, ang naalala lang natin, negative thoughts. We don't remember anymore the positive thoughts because we did not write them down. Okay? But if we start writing them down in our diary and start realizing that within the day, we are so blessed and we have enough to be grateful, then making it a habit of giving thanks every day will give us a happy mood. Okay? So this one we will call this gratitude journaling. So gratitude journaling is the most practiced and effective way to recall gratitude. Okay? So this is important because recalling gratitude means you are looking back, I mean, browsing your notes, remembering the days na, ay, nagpapasalamat ako sa araw na to for this specific day because of these things. Okay? So, however, simply listing events ineffective in moving the heart of evoking positive feelings. So instead, I should record the details. Okay? So even if it is only one line, being specific in what I am thankful for and why will make this will make the writing effective. So we need to be very specific when we are writing the things that we are grateful to. Okay? And another or next thing. Okay. So we're done. So we're done, but I will add some more. So we need to express also and share gratitude. And we can actually send letters, notes to other people, what we feel, what the things we need to say or we want to say to them, and in expressing our gratitude to them. So we can do that, sending notes, sending messages, right? And another, be thankful more for experience and existence rather than possessions. So in point number 4, we are not thankful only for the material things because material things, the possessions, it's actually temporary. Okay, but we need to be thankful more for the experience and the existence. Okay, so Thomas Galovic, okay, a psychology professor at Cornell University said, we buy things to make us happy and we succeed, but only for a while. New things are exciting to us at first, but when we adapt to them, di ba nawawalan siya ng value? Example, when we buy a dress, we are happy when they are new. But when they are getting old, are we still happy? The same happiness we had before? If you have a cell phone, for example, if it is new, yes, we are happy. The first thing we actually got it. But when it is old, and definitely we don't value them actually anymore because we are aiming to buy a new one. Okay? So when we achieve something, we instantly think of what we achieve next. So the greed to have more or to compare ourselves with other makes gratitude disappear. So to make us to make happy, we need to be grateful of what we have and stop comparing yourself to others. Okay. So to practice and express gratitude in a sustainable manner, we need to be thankful for experience and existence. This is very important. So the moments we live in breath. Enough na yun, right? To be thankful, we are breathing, we are living. So the moment we are together with our loved ones, that's enough. The moments we are trying something new are all moments we ought to be grateful for. And let's be thankful for the precious memories and experiences we have. Okay. So for the summary of this lesson, so the conclusion, when are we thankful? So definitely when we realize that we have received much kindness and grace. We have already received everything. We need to look for them. We need to recognize them. We need to recognize those blessings that we have. The house that we have now. We are living in a comfortable house. We need to be thankful for that. Okay? What are the benefits of gratitude? So gratitude keeps our bodies healthy, harmonizes our relationship with others, and let us overcome hardships. And the third one, being grateful needs training. Yes, needs training. So let's express our gratitude through thank you notes, thank you letters, or etc. So, having or practicing this one, it will develop to like into a habit. So let's be grateful for, our experiences and existence rather than what I own. Okay? So that's it. That's the lesson that we have for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and you learned something new. See you next time for another Peace Education Lessons. Bye.